Hi everybody, this is Greg Nagel, Managing Broker and Principal of Ask Nagel Realty, and we're here due to COVID-19. We're all having to be creative and kind of adjust our normal routine and try to find ways to keep everybody safe and effectively social distant. So that being said, we're going to do a little bit of a video tour of this property. We're at 1119 North Winchester, and I really love this property for three reasons. One, it's an incredible product. It's Greystone. So I don't know how much of you know about this, but Greystones have a certain gravitas and a certain luxury element to them. And more importantly, they don't require to be sealed. So many of these buildings up and down the block are split face block, and they're very poor quality and require really high maintenance expenses. So I love the fact that this is Greystone. It's a higher quality. I love the location. We're on Winchester. I've lived in this neighborhood for 16 years. I own a 4-flat down the block, and my office is really down the street. And what I will tell you is that for all the people who've lived in the neighborhood for long periods of time, it's really the two streets that everybody wants to live on are Winchester and Hoyne. And so if you kind of look at the street, it's a very beautiful tree-lined street with gorgeous parkways. You can see all the flowers coming up. It almost reminds you a lot of how green Lincoln Park is. And then the third reason I love this property is price. We're priced at $550. The majority of these duplex downs in the neighborhood are priced in the mid-6s to the high 7s. And so we are a Greystone, an older building, so we're about 1,900 square feet versus a 2,400 square feet. But we're allocated perfectly, and we're providing a really nice price point for a family who wants to live in a spacious home, but at the same time, walk up to Division Street. Division Street right there, you've got the end of the block. You can actually see Via Carducci. Arguably one of the best Italian restaurants in Chicago. Every Wednesday night, people are sitting outside, eating and celebrating and enjoying the beautiful weather. There's 8 million restaurants and places to get a drink. Unlike Six Corners part of Wicker Park, this area is more restaurants that have liquor licenses, so it's a slightly different vibe. But the Division Street Entertainment Corridor is arguably one of the very nicest areas in Chicago to socialize and have fun. And living the 1100 block just steps to that corridor is life-changing, and you really have to experience it to fully appreciate it. So that being said, I'm going to bring you inside to this beautiful building, give you a kind of contextual tour. Obviously, pictures don't tell the full story. I want to give you guys some of the details. You can really understand what it would be like if you lived here and this was your home versus just looking at pictures on the MLS. So let's do it. So here we are at 1119 North Winchester. Unit 1, we are a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath duplex down, listed at a very reasonable $550,000 for the size of the unit and the location. So this is a common hallway, and before we even get in, I want to point out that the first floor unit over the years has always kept children's toys and strollers right here in this little front foyer. So it's not technically their space, but it's very typical that when you have the space that's just adjoining your unit, you're going to take advantage of it, and that's what they've done. So it's ideal for a young family who has strollers and don't want to have to schlep that up and down stairs and whatnot. All right, welcome. We are inside. And so we are west facing in the living room. So we've got a fantastic light shadow and all sorts of light coming from these 3 bay windows. The sellers made a number of great improvements to this property, including sand staining and bringing these floors back to life. They completely redid the fireplace. It's a gorgeous mantel with great looking stone. And then the accent wall, of course, looks almost like designer, I would argue. And you can see this really fantastic crown molding, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful living space flooded by light. So I'm just going to come pan around here a little bit so everyone can see. So we do have the open great room concept where you have a kitchen, a dining room, and a living room. It's ideal for entertaining, and it seems to be the preferred layout most people enjoy. We have a very, very large living room table, and obviously a lot of these condos can't fit that, but this one easily does. There's a second bay here, which opens up a lot more space. So this could be, somebody might want to extend the kitchen and put more cabinets. Some people might want to put a really sexy bar here. Some people might put a little office desk, but it's additional bonus space, which is fantastic. Of course, the kitchen features a very, very large island. And what's nice about these cabinets is you've got the extra drawers on the sides here. And you've got even on this side, like cubby hole for more storage. And then on this side, you have more drawers and sides. So they really maximize the space. And again, the cubby hole on this side. All the kitchen appliances are newer and stainless steel. Beautiful updated lighting. Beautiful white cabinets with cabinet crown. It's very, very pretty in my opinion. We also have the half bath up here. Here we go. And they've gone and updated the light and made some nice improvements to this as well. But it's very conveniently located. And so we've got obviously the kitchen, the dining room, and the front living room space. This is obviously the entry door. And you do have a front hall closet, which is how they're using it. But this is right off the kitchen. So if somebody wanted to turn this into a pantry, they certainly could do that. And, oh, I almost got in so much trouble because I didn't point out that the kitchen actually enjoys a fantastic pantry. Check this out. Everybody loves the pull-out shelves. Can we get a collective ooh and ah in internet land? All right. So that's obviously a ton of storage, and like everybody else during this pandemic, they're clearly stocking up. All right. So let's keep going. On this upper level, we also have a fantastic master suite. It's very, very spacious. And you actually have 3 closets in here. So you've got the double closets right here. Let's go ahead and look inside. I'm sure my sellers will be horrified by the fact that I'm opening up closets and recording it. And then we also have a huge walk-in closet right here that's actually organized and obviously holds a ton of stuff. So this is fantastic. So it's pretty unusual to get 3 closets in the master. So that's definitely above. And I also like to point out here, we have dresser number 1, dresser number 2, dresser number 3. So we have 3 closets and 3 dressers. So there's a lot of storage space and ideal. They completely redid this master bathroom and it's absolutely beautiful. It's white Carrara marble on the floors. You got the double vanities with the undermount sinks. Everybody prefers the undermount sinks these days. Gorgeous subway tile in the shower. It's bright, it's happy, it's beautiful. It has tons of storage. It has tons of counter space. It's ideal. All right. And off the master, there's a really cute back porch. And I want to show that to you guys. So here we go. Here's the back porch. It's a great little sitting area. There's extra space underneath the stairs where they keep their barbecue and some additional storage device. And then also, look how fantastic this huge backyard is. And so I remember I was the buyer's agent for the sellers, and Jill, she really wanted a place to garden. And so it's pretty unusual in a condo living that you'd be able to get that. But we actually bought this place with the idea being that Jill would be able to garden. And she put in a little gardening pit right here. And over the years, everybody's enjoyed that. And there's been, nobody else has said, hey, I want to garden too. But she probably would have let them if they wanted to. But she's been able to kind of co-opt this entire backyard, make it her own personal garden. We got the flowers coming up already. Kind of co-opting the space underneath the deck with more children's toys and whatnot. And then we talked about some of the bonus space in the front foyer. Since we're out here, let's go out to the garage. All right, like a typical realtor showing, I'm fumbling with keys. So it's a very authentic realtor showing, because anyone who's been out with realtors knows that that's like par for the course. All right. We are entering the garage. So it's this first spot. It's a pretty good sized spot. Never as big as what you get in the suburbs, but good sized. And they had this huge cubbyhole here. Now, again, my sellers are going to be horrifying that I'm actually showing this to you, because it's obviously packed to the brim. But this is probably 7 feet deep and 5 feet wide. I mean, it is a ton of storage. And so that's a huge bonus amount of storage space. All right. We'll take you out to the alley. The alley shot, always a money real estate shot. My attempt at humor. All right. Let's head back inside. So hopefully everybody will understand that given the COVID-19 situation, this is not exactly the highest, Steven Spielberg production quality of video, but more importantly is providing real insights on what it would be like to live here. And I think in this case, content is more important than style. And so hopefully you'll forgive my fumbling with keys and some of my mistakes and trespasses as I try to give you this video walkthrough. All right, we're gonna head downstairs now. And they also did the work to replace the carpeting on the stairs and put hardwood on the stairs. I think it looks much better. And we have a huge downstairs family room with fantastic ceiling height. Here we go, we're off the steps now. It's a really huge room. It's spacious, and we have an excellent light shadow on the carpet here. So we're getting great light from our 3 windows. When my clients bought this spot, they actually had the glass block windows. And I actually recommended to them that they go ahead and replace those with just standard windows, because it lets in so much more light. But this is happy space. This is, some of these lower levels are not nearly as bright and sunny as this and don't have light shadows on the floor like we have. And the other thing I want to point out here is, I was talking a little bit earlier about the fact that this is a gray stone. And, they don't make these like they used to. So I'm standing here on the ledge here, so I can show you, this is approximately about 4, maybe 4.5 feet of the window space. And this is all masonry. This is all brick. So you're talking about 4 or 5 courses of brick, where the new construction is split face block, which is, one layer on the outside and then 1 layer of face brick on the inside. So 2 courses, including split face block, which is terrible, versus 4 or 5 courses of brick. So, the expression, they don't make them like they used to. This is an example. A graystone brick tank is what this property is. But you also get the advantages of the fact that this property was renovated. So you get the copper plumbing, you get the gas force heat central air. So you get old world construction with new world technology. It's kind of the best of both worlds. They've never had water down here, not a single time. They do have a sub pump with the battery backup. That's what that little black box is right there. But again, they've never had water down here, not even a single instance. We're going to go into our first bedroom. And it's a very good sized bedroom. We've got a full size bed here, some shelving cabinets, nice big closet. Let me step back and show off the closet a little bit. Packed to the brim. Sorry, Jill. People want to see. Don't be mad at me. All right. And now we're going to, now one of the nice things about this home also is both bedrooms have bathrooms that are en suite, because it's a Jack and Jill. The fact that the seller's name is Jill, purely coincidence. Okay. So we have a bathroom, nice clean tile and tub, and we've got a nice little chest. It's a pretty little bathroom and ideal for a couple of kids, who might be sharing this room. This room's a touch smaller, but still pretty good sized. And obviously it's made up as a kid's room. If you look at our pictures on the MLS, instead of this crib there, we had a full-size bed in this space because we were trying to demonstrate that this could actually fit a full-size bed. So it's pretty good size. Again, you got these incredible window wells because of the quality of the construction. Forgive me for being a little repetitive. This door just goes out to the common area and then eventually the basement. And we're going to walk through again. This is that first bedroom. Our huge living room space. Again, look at the light coming through here. The ceiling height, I would estimate it at about 8.5, maybe 9 feet. It's quite lovely. And I'm going to take you guys for a walk because my feeling is you guys can check out this video anytime you want. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour so you get a sense of it. We're back in the kitchen. I've got my gloves and my my germ guard, doing everything possible to take proper precautions to keep everybody healthy. All right, we're going out the front door. And we're just going to take a quick little walk down Winchester so you can see how beautiful it is. And you could also see how pretty Division Street is. So you've got these really gorgeous parkways here. We're walking up Winchester Street. We got people out. I'm going to move out of the way so we can technically socially distance ourselves. Here's a really pretty parkway. Lots of people are taking the initiative to kind of make their parkways as beautiful as possible. It's nice. It's nice when people take an interest that way. Look how pretty this is. You got the flowers coming up. It's possible I might be reacting even more than normal to this nature, given the fact that we've been cooped up in the house so long. So we're coming up on Division Street, and literally the walk from their house to Division Street is about maybe 60 to 90 seconds. So it's right in that sweet spot where it's as close as you want to get, but not, you know, too close. We've got my friend Mr. Dave and Mr. Dave's Music right there. He's fantastic. He's a kids performer and lots of fun, great energy. We have VR Caducci right here coming across the street. Great Italian restaurant. You got Mac, you got everybody's favorite Milk and Honey, great for coffee, whatnot. And look at the incredible sidewalks that Division Street enjoys. Everybody's out. For the most part, everybody is socially distancing themselves. And we're going to conclude right here. There's Milk and Honey with the local Westtown Neighborhood Experts office, Ask Nagel Realty. So we literally just walked from my office to my listing.